Picture a storm hitting the economy. Institutions use this turbulence to swallow up valuable assets at massive discounts, while retail investors are forced to sell. This process isn't just a market drop, it is a direct transfer of wealth. Right now, you are either structured to be liquidated by the market or acquire from it. We are going to map out the 7 specific stages of financial liquidation to see exactly who goes broke first. By looking at these failures, we can learn how the top 1% insulate themselves from systemic collapse. Building a permanent capital moat provides the structural foundation your money needs to survive. This requires moving past generic budgeting and toward the specific ways institutions protect their wealth. The lifestyle inflator disappears first. They increase spending with every raise. When layoffs hit, income vanishes, but high-interest loans stay fixed. Prevent this by capping monthly bills at 30% of your pay. Everything above that is legally separated into investments. Even with low expenses, people often fall into the second trap, panic liquidating. They watch the stock market drop and let fear take over. They sell their investments at the lowest point, turning a temporary dip into a permanent loss of their savings. The wealthy use an investment policy statement to avoid this. This is a set of mathematical rules written during calm times that tells them exactly how to buy and sell. When the market drops, they don't have to feel, they just follow the math. Relying on willpower leads to mistakes. A preset plan ensures you stay invested, so you don't miss the explosive recovery that follows every market dip. The third group at risk are the naked speculators. These are people who put all their money into high-risk experimental bets. When interest rates rise, these risky assets drop to zero, wiping out their entire portfolio because they lack a defensive backup.
To protect yourself, keep 80% of your money in stable, broad assets, like index funds. The other 20% can go into riskier investments. If one of these riskier bets fails and goes to zero, your central core remains completely safe. The fourth casualty is the overleveraged. This happens when people use credit cards to buy things that lose value over time. When a credit freeze hits and variable interest rates skyrocket, their monthly payments can double, leading directly to bankruptcy. Instead of using credit cards, the wealthy borrow against their own assets, like their stock portfolios. This provides cash at institutional interest rates without forcing a stock sale and a massive tax bill. Both the original asset and new investment grow simultaneously. Consumer debt speeds up losses during a downturn. Borrowing against your wealth allows your assets to keep working while you access the cash you need. The fifth group to struggle are workers with only one specific skill. If their industry cuts budgets or their role becomes obsolete, they cannot pivot. The solution is to build overlapping skills. By combining data analysis with enterprise sales, you create a unique skill set that allows you to move between different sectors when one industry collapses. Even with a great job, you might face the sixth trap, the underprepared saver. A typical $10,000 emergency fund can be vaporized quickly when the cost of living spikes. Standard savings aren't large enough to last a long recession. Institutions don't just leave cash in a checking account. They use Treasury bill ladders. These government-backed accounts pay a reliable return to beat inflation and are exempt from state taxes, while still letting you access your money quickly. The final group to fall are the illiquid millionaires. These people might own millions in real estate, but they have very little actual cash. If they suddenly need money to pay a debt, they're forced to sell their properties at a massive discount because they can't wait. To prevent this, you must follow strict liquidity tiers. Your bottom layer of cash and government bonds must be fully funded first. Next, you fill your layer of stocks. Only when those two are solid should you move into buying real estate or private businesses. Paper wealth is useless without cash access during a crisis. True security comes from this stage. This group doesn't fear recessions, they wait for them. They have zero consumer debt and massive reserves of accessible cash, all protected by the legal and financial structures built in advance. While others are panicking, the apex allocator is buying. They acquire foreclosed homes, discounted stocks, and businesses for a fraction of their original price. History shows that the economy moves in repeating cycles. If you do not restructure your capital now, you are essentially choosing to fund the next generation of institutional wealth when the next shift occurs. Don't leave your financial future to chance. Stop being the person who gets liquidated and start being the person who is structured. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. We release detailed wealth blueprints every week to help you build your moat.